welcome to the show. Happy Sunday. Let's check the volumes, make sure everything's working all right here. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you for joining everyone today. Happy Sunday, June. What are we? June 16th. Wow, it's already June 16th. Oh, jeez. It is so. The time is just flying by. I'm wondering, like, just every week just blends into the next week. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Special shout out to my special VIP superstars. You guys, I just absolutely, truly appreciate the support that I am getting. You guys know who you are. Shout outs to Terry, Darren, Sarat, thank you again for your support. Dennis, ET522, you're right up there. Lady B, thank you for joining. If you're not joining right now, I know you're going to be joining and watching a little bit later. Mama Helen, thank you for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it. And to my Sri Lankan brothers and sisters, thank you for signing up and joining, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that great stuff. I really, really appreciate it. Everyone who's watching, if you really do wish to, fully support the channel, just click the link in the main channel and buy me a coconut. That all of those funds will go towards buying fruits and vegetables from local vendors, not from like the grocery store, but going to the roadside stands and buying fruits and vegetables. That's actually where we buy. You guys have seen the videos. That's actually where we buy the fruits and vegetables. So support that. If you want to actually support the channel passively, just watch a commercial, okay? Watch a commercial all the way through, don't skip it, and then click on the commercial link and open that up in your browser and just leave it open for a little while. That's tracking, but that allows this channel to receive the advertising because I am monetized, and that is a passive way to help support the channel. So what's going on? Well, today is Sunday morning and I woke up sore as heck. My neck, my back, my shoulders, my lower back, my legs, because I went go-karting yesterday. That was an adventure and a half. Want to say hello, Darren. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I actually met my one of the last cousins I've never met. My mom's. So we went to the go-kart track, and then we went to see Auntie Rita, my mom's sister, eldest sister. And as it so happens, my mom's eldest brother's son was in town. And Dave was there, and I have never met him. He's one of my cousins, and he was there, so we hung out and met him. He's actually from Melbourne, so he's a Sri Lankan from Melbourne. I was asking Mom about how many cousins I have, because there's so many. So I have a total of 7 aunts and uncles. So Mom has 4 brothers and sisters, and Dad has 3. Mom has lost 2 brothers, and Dad lost 1 sister. So out of those 7 aunts and uncles, I have 12 cousins. Out of those 12 cousins, I have about 20 second cousins. Now, I am closer in age to my second cousins than I am to my cousins, because Mom is the youngest out of all of the aunts and uncles. She's the baby by many years. Dad has 9 years older than Mom, and Mom has at least 10 or 11 years till her next brother. So there's a big age gap there. So which means that my brother and I were born late. So my cousins are all older than me. My brother and I there's one cousin that is between, no. No, we're the youngest. My second cousins are all closer in age to me, or much younger, depending on when they were born, obviously. But I'm closer in age to my second cousins than I am to my cousins, mentally. I still like to do silly things like this. So we went to Port City. As you guys know, Port City is the islands that were built out in the ocean there. I'm just trying to open these pictures here. Where are they? So we went out to the island, and there's a go-kart racing track, and so you pay like $10 and you get 10 minutes to ride. So my cousin's been there before. I said, whatever you want. I'm buying it for him. He's graduating his senior year in high school. And this is my mother's. So this is my father's eldest sister's daughter's son. So my second cousin. So Auntie Ira, who is one of my favorite aunts, she's such a happy spirit. She actually took me to go see Star Wars when she was in Canada. So it's great. I see you guys watching, so please say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're calling from. All right. So Auntie Ira is my dad's eldest sister. Her daughter, Sepali, has a son, Shehan, Sandeep, and he graduated his junior high or senior high, what have you. And so I said, I haven't seen Sepali in a long time, so I said, let's meet up with your mom's birthday was just a couple days ago, so let's just go out for dinner with the two families. So I got mom and dad together and their family, and we all met and had Chinese food at this Chinese food place at One Golf Face, and then we went across the street to Port City and went to this racetrack, and then after the racetrack we went to the brand new Bellevue Beach Club. The Bellevue Beach Club is this new port venue, and it was quite nice. It's run by W15, which is a boutique hotelier here in Sri Lanka. They have a few locations throughout, and I think the people who are running it are French, because everybody there speaks French, and I was speaking French. They loved it. They thought it was great that a Sri Lankan speaks French, right? So they thought it was great. They were really kind and nice. So let me show you the video. And so this video is going to go up on Monday. You guys will see this video on Monday. So I couldn't play this sound. Hopefully the sound, there won't be an issue. I'm not going to play the sound because I might get a YouTube strike because there is copyrighted music in the background. So, and of course I wore my Formula One shirt. That's my cousin over there on the right hand side, my second cousin, and Desmond was there. So it was hot, let me tell you something. It was hot and it was tiring. So you can see me right there. Some guy asked me to wear his GoPro. So I wore his GoPro, but he hasn't sent me the video yet. So maybe I'll get that video out a little bit later of me driving around. But it was fun. I wiped out once. I came in fourth, and my cousin came in second. There was about 8 of us out there, so it was a pretty fun time. it was fast, and I've driven carts before, I've driven race cars before. It's tiring it's manual. It's not easy because the car wants to go one way, you want it to go the other way, and you're forcing it. So your wrists and elbows and shoulders are all sore. It wasn't an easy thing to do. So then afterwards, we went to the port city. So this is the Bellevue Beach Club, and you can see the city in the background there. It's really nice. I mean, when this area develops, this is like the Dubai Islands that they have, right? And when they redevelop this area, it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm so hopeful for this. So I'm really hopeful that this area develops. When I came 2 years ago, so I landed in February 2022, and about, what was it? I landed in February 2022. So March, April. So there was I knew this senior guy at one of the television stations here in Sri Lanka, and I had met him in Korea. So he knew what my job was in Korea because he met me at the club. And he was a really nice guy, very influential guy here in the Sri Lankan entertainment industry. So when I landed here, I had lunch with him, and he told me about a job opportunity with one of his associates at this same kind of place, a beach club, but a different kind of beach club. So I set up a meeting, and I met with them. So I met with them and talked with them, and they offered me a really good salary. When I talked to my cousins about this, they said, "Wow, you got offered a job for that much?" It was $500 a month. Now that is a lot of money for a Sri Lankan salary for an expat to do that kind of a job. Now I had just arrived. I was not even in the country 60 days, 45 days. So, I was humming and hawing about it because get back into the club business, yeah, that would have been great. But, I wasn't 100% ready to go back to working full time. And then the other thing is, I make $500 in, a couple days working online, only a couple of hours, I don't need that stress of working a full-time job. I was thinking about it because it could lead to other things. That was the thing. It's a stepping stone, right? I'm always thinking about the next opportunity. So, but I turned it down, and I'm glad I did, because couple weeks later, the insurrection started happening, and that whole area shut down. That whole area was closed off by the government. So yeah, it was an interesting turnaround. But that was a great, like, my cousin and her husband and my second cousin all said what a great time they had, and my aunt was so happy to see me. So I saw it was a great family day. Dad had a great time. I think it's Father's Day this weekend, so I totally forgot. But every day is Father's and Mother's Day here in Sri Lanka. So Dad had a great time visiting with his sister. He doesn't get to see her a lot, so it was. I really wanted that, so that's why I said to Sepali, I said to my cousin, I said, like, please bring your mom. I really want her to come. My aunt, I haven't seen that side of the family because they live kind of far away from us. Um, we're on the north end of Colombo. They're on the south end of Colombo. So it's like almost an hour to get there. So the other thing I did, so let me answer some questions here. Darren, yeah, it was fun. It was a pretty long track. I really don't know. They had two kinds of cars, and the car I was driving was not very fast. There's the other cars, and I asked them for a faster car because I've driven race cars before, and they didn't give it because I know the racing line. I know how to do the racing line, and I'm booting along, and this one car just passes me like I'm standing still. Today, my forearms and my legs are just killing me from the manual, like turning the wheel like this. It is a lot of fun if you're serious about it, it's a lot of fun if you're not serious about it. If you're there just to cruise around, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But if you want to do it like race for, like, I came in fourth, and my second cousin came in second. He's doing really well, but he wanted a faster car because he's a young kid. He's 16, I'm gonna say. I forget how old he is. He's a teenager, but he's a great kid. I really enjoy it. Next time we're gonna go to the new virtual reality arcade at Havelock City. I want to go to that. See, I invited him because he's one of the younger cousins I have, second cousins, that I can go out and do these fun things with, right? So, because I still enjoy doing the things kids do, but I have no one to go with, right? So, I can't take mom. There's no way I would have put mom in one of those cars. Absolutely not. I saw the car, I said, thank goodness they didn't come. They went over to the beach club and sat down. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, but next time before I go, I'm going to work out before I go because my forearms my back, it's killing me. And it was hot. It was really hot. You can't wear shorts. I knew I was going to wear shoes because you can't wear flip-flops. But I'm going to exercise my back and my shoulders before I go next time. We're going to go to the other one, which is in the southern part of the city. They actually have a racing track. So you have to sign up for that, and you have to have skills to be able to drive that track. And they record your progress. So you keep coming back, you can get better and better and better, and you can track yourself against however long other people that have played. Terry, welcome to the show. Thanks a lot for calling in. I really truly appreciate your time, brother. Hello from Canada. Hope everything is well over there and enjoying your time. We also have Lady B on the show. Thanks, Lady B, calling in from Toronto, and Mama Helen, thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in from Toronto. Let's see here. Let's see, what are you saying here? All right. Yeah, they're on live with us right now. Thank you for joining. I want to show you guys what it is that I do for fun nowadays. So first of all, check this out. Lady B, I sent you this photo, okay? I hope you like it. Let me know what you think, because this is what I look like when I met Lady B 35 years ago. This is what I look like. Mom found this picture. That's me on the right-hand side. I'm 20 years old. I had braided cornrows, and this was taken at the Taj Samudra club called the Blue Elephant or My Kind of Place or something like that. I can't really remember, but it was at the Taj. That was the club I used to go to back then. The only clubs were at the hotel, so that was the DJ and one of the staff that I used to hang out with. So Mom found this picture and gave it to me. She found it in a book. So Lady B, I met her a few months after this photo was taken. So this is what I used to look like back in the day. Yeah, I had hair. You should see some of the pictures of me with hair. It's hilarious. You know, I had a full head. I even had an afro. So, yeah, Lady B thought. I hope you like that photo. So here's the other thing I like to do on my. So what gives me joy? People, someone was asking, what gives me joy? What do I like to do? And here's a picture. So everybody knows about retail therapy, right? I love shopping, especially online shopping, right? Online shopping with me, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much on online shopping, especially from, like, Daraz is the local supplier, but they don't have stock. So I'm now doing AliExpress from China. I got so much stuff from China. You should see all of the stuff I got from my Insta360. For the Insta360, I got so many accessories. I got a motorcycle jacket and some. So I used to have the motorcycle jacket back in the day in Korea, but I didn't bring it with me because I didn't think there were clubs here or anything like that. But there are, so I got a jacket with my patches. So those patches are going on Monday, and I'm going to a motorcycle show on Sunday. So that's going to be great to have my vest. So anyway, retail therapy, I like to buy stuff from my computer. You guys have seen my computer table. So recently I got arms to lift the screens above the desk. So I no longer have the screens sitting on the desk. There are these arms at the back that hold it up. There's another arm right there. And then I run the cables down through and underneath. And underneath I have a tray that runs under the desk holding all of the cables. And I got rid of all of the cable mess that was all over here, right? And I freed up all of this space here. All this space is gone. And then this cable here is to power my phone. And I got a stand. I have a stand coming. I ordered a stand that's going to be sitting there. Oh, this is my little bobblehead. Oh yeah, you guys can see that. I can just show it right here. This is my little bobblehead that one of my friends made me. He is an artist in Korea. He made me. So I found that, so I put that on my desk. It's really cool. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I like to do. To buy things. I mean, I love shopping online and finding stuff online, and then like reorganizing my desk and cleaning my desk and stuff like that. So I have a few more accessories coming. I showed you guys last week. I bought that chair and that umbrella for the trip. Oh, I got a new set of Bluetooth. Sorry about that. For some reason the microphone muted. So I got these Bluetooth headphones. They're beautiful. I tried them last night. They're noise canceling. They're really, really nice. So I got those ordered because for my trip, I want to have headphones because I'm not flying. Because I'm not flying, I'm flying AirAsia X or AirAsia, so they don't have in-flight entertainment. I mean, it's only a 3-hour flight, but I'll have my laptop and the wireless headset, wireless headphones that I can use to watch a video or something like that. Lady B says, I asked her if she has any old pictures of us or of me. She says she has one. She used to do my braids. She used to do my hair. And I scammed her into doing my hair because it was expensive to redo my hair after it grew out. And she took a picture of my hair, she says, so send me that picture. Lady B, you're asking about the cooling thing. You mean the neck towel? That I put it in my shopping cart. I haven't bought it yet. So I'm gonna decide. I'm waiting until. So I have another part coming for my computer. Once that part arrives and I test it, then I'm gonna go buy a whole bunch of things, and one of those is the cooling towel as well. I don't really need it right now because it's not that hot right now. We're still in the rainy season, but definitely in the summertime here, which is February, March, April, May, where it gets really insanely hot, like 36, 38 degrees Celsius. Right now in the room it's 29. I mean, it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I appreciate that. If you have any of those old photos, please email me. Scan it in your camera and send me that because I'd really appreciate it. I don't have any old photos of us as well. I mean, she and I dated 35 years ago, so that was pre-digital, right? And I wasn't a huge camera guy back then. I didn't take a lot. I did take pictures, but they were film camera pictures, and those photo albums, for some strange reason, my mother didn't bring them with her when she left Canada. She brought crap from Canada and packed it all into but she said she didn't have room. I don't know why. All my memories in that photo album. Anyway, another thing, I tried to make bread in the Black & Decker all-in-one bread maker. Mom brought this thing from Canada last time, and I bought special wheat, special yeast, followed the instructions, and still the bread does not rise. And my cousin said again, there's just the wheat that is available here is not for Western bread makers. Western bread makers use Canadian American wheat, which is high in protein, and you need that high protein. It just does not rise here. So she said you need to add like hemp or something else to it and to increase the protein content. So I need to figure out what I can do because we have this beautiful bread maker. It does it all, it mixes everything, and I really want, like, the bread that's made here is not, it just doesn't taste right. It's not the same, it's not fluffy. And that's because of the wheat that they use. So I need to figure out how to make some bread, and then I want to break out the air fryer and start using the air fryer. But that's a project that I got to get into when I have some free time. Hopefully, I'm not going to have any free time because I just signed a new contract with a huge pay bump, Um, because, so one of the clients I have was having trouble finding a good teacher. So this company, I'm not going to get into details about for NDA I signed, but anyway, they're an international company based in South Korea. So they have offices Indonesia, Turkey, Kazakhstan, Russia, Thailand, all over the place. But they're a South Korean company, and those people working in that office are locals. So let's say the Indonesians. They communicate with the Korean head office to the Korean employees in English. So my job is to not teach them English, because they all speak English, but what I'm there to teach them is how to communicate in English as a common language between the two groups. Now the reason they chose me, and the reason I sold myself, was sorry, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. I was looking at what Darren wrote and what Lady B wrote, and I just lost what I was going to say. What was I talking about? I forgot. I can go back in the video and watch what I was saying. What was I talking about? Guys, remind me what I was talking about. I was talking about the air fryer. And I switched to something else. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Darren is saying that I should buy from the local tuk-tuk. And it's, Darren, it's driving by right now. I can hear it. It's right there. You know, the thing is, Darren, I'm very particular about the cleanliness of the food that I eat. I have issues, and there's psychological. I mean, my gut. I've lived here for 2 years, and my gut has developed tolerances to the bacteria in the food here. So it shouldn't be a problem, but it just, I don't really like street food. I have problems with that. I don't want to get an infection. So I kind of stay away from that. It is good. It looks delicious. So, when I want bread, I go to, P&S, which is Pereira and Sons, or I buy it from the grocery store. But still, even that bread is just not what I'm used to. Lady B is trying to scan it. Lady B, what I do is I just take a very flat picture with my camera. Right? And that with my camera phone, that should be able to do it, depending on what kind of camera phone you have. But I appreciate you trying. Thank you. It would be fun to see. I like seeing those old pictures. I think that's what I was talking about. Yeah, the old pictures. Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about. I don't have any old pictures. I lost all those old pictures. And that photo album had pictures of my youth. My trip to Europe when I was like 17. Gosh, I miss those times. I just posted on Facebook too about Ibiza. I spent 2 weeks in Ibiza when I was like 17, 18. That was a time, man. Let me tell you, 35 years ago, I got introduced to dance music, house music, and I've never heard it before. Prior to that, I was into rock and roll. And it was really, really amazing. Lady B is trying to get it into color. Thank you. I appreciate it. Darren, I just wanted to point, just to let you know, I'm still trying to find out that information we were talking about. It doesn't look like the name of the company is its legal name, because they're not able to find anything under that name. So that's what I had a second person look into it. My cousin, who used to work in the banking industry, she reached out to someone and said that that name doesn't exist. So we'll have to figure something out when you come back. Anyway, yeah, the fun times I had as a kid, as a young person. So I am, one of the things I wanted to let you guys know is I am slowly winding down my work life and transitioning into retirement, which is why you guys are here. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Darren. We'll talk about it offline. Anyway, I'm slowly winding down into retirement, and I don't know what I want to do in retirement. So here's the situation. All right, let's take a look. Lady B has sent a photo. Oh, I remember this picture. It's in black and white. Let's see. I remember this picture. God, I used to dress so differently back then. Always in a shirt and tie, but like stylish. Check this out, guys. Thank you, Lady B. Truly appreciate it. Look at that. She used to do my hair in these like cornrow braids. And this is at her house. Her parents' house, sorry, her parents' house. And I used to wear contact lenses back then. So, yeah, those were interesting times. I don't believe I look like that. I think I look the same. I think I look the same. Anyway, so here's my situation. I'm saving money for my retirement. And I don't plan to live off the capital, I plan to live off the interest. So I need to make enough and save enough so that at whatever interest rate I have, I'm earning enough interest per month to live off of. Now, I don't need a lot. I've calculated it that I need about $600 to $700 US a month. And that will include 2 months of travel a year. So I'm very close to that number, very close. And I'm not going to stop at 600 or 700. I'm going to go 800, 900 because I want a buffer and I want the capital to increase to offset inflation and lower interest rates or whatever. And it's the simplest way to save for retirement until I get my pension, which will come at 65 or 60 or whatever, my Canadian pension. My Canadian pension will be tied with my Korean pension because they have a pension treaty between Canada and South Korea. So I will get, my pretty well a full pension. So, Lady B, by the way, thank you for calling me cute. This is one of the things she told me last week. She said to me, I said, how did I ever end up with her You know, she's a stunningly beautiful woman. I said this before. Like, I dated up. I was very lucky to date up. I mean, she's an intelligent woman, a hell of a lot smarter than I am, and was just very attractive compared to me. But she called me cute, so I really like that. I really like that. So I'm retiring, and I need to figure out a way to get into that retirement. So number one, I have to have the money. That's one of the reasons I moved to Sri Lanka, is to reduce my expenses and to be close to my family, and because I'm just tired of living in Korea. You know, it's just, I wasn't happy there. Number two, my visa expires next year, June of next year. Now, I'm not going to get into details about what I'm going to do after that, but I can work after that. That's not going to be an issue. I still have my bank account in Korea. I have other opportunities that I can take advantage of, what have you. I don't just have to work in Korea, but I'm pretty sure I can continue doing it. There's ways around it. Then what else? Then you know, I have my friends in Korea who like to come and meet up with me. So Thailand is very attractive to me because of its cost of living. I have friends who live there who I'm great friends with, and my friends in Korea don't mind flying there to meet me. And then Anuj is in India. I mean, if he comes here, it's not easy to go out and about. But in Thailand, I know where everything is, where everyone is, and who's there, and what have you. And it's easy to meet up there. And Lady Sarah and she and I are going to Krabi in 2 months. We're already planning February of 2025. We're going back to Pattaya, and I'm going to stay there for a month or maybe 2, because now Thailand is increasing the visa on arrival to 60 days from 30 days, and they've added 35 new countries, Sri Lanka being one of them. So I can fly on my Sri Lankan passport, I don't need my Canadian passport. And then we're already talking about August of 2025, a year away. We're planning on Boracay or Bali, but I will go to Korea for a week. I will go to Korea for a week in August just to meet up with friends and hang out. And because my friend, my older brother, who I've known for 14 years, has offered, he said, anytime you want to come, just let me know. I'll get you the hotel and the airplane tickets and everything like that. So I said, yeah, you know, he paid for everything last time I went. And he's a very successful man. He's retired, a little older than me, retired and entrepreneurial. He's got money, so for him it's nothing. But my plan, and I was talking with Lady Sarah about this, is I'll go to Korea for like 5-6 days over the course of a weekend to hang out with friends who can't travel, like Johnny. He can't travel, and then go with Sarah, fly with her to Bali together. I mean, that's half the fun, is flying together. I love that. But you know, the surprise will be is that I'll take her on business class, because she's never flown business class. So from Korea to Bali on Singapore Airlines, which I have status, will be a great trip. Or even Cebu or Bohol, you know, meet up with King Riggs. And then when we're finished the vacation, she comes back to Korea. I move on to Sri Lanka, or maybe even Thailand. Who knows? But Thailand has now got this visa that is good for 5 years, and it's 180 days that you can stay and you have to leave, which is perfect. I don't want to stay in Thailand for more than a year because the only reason I go there is to meet up with friends and hang out with friends. And if friends aren't coming, there's no reason to sit there. Like the last week that I was in Thailand, like in this year, I went for a month. The last week I was there by myself for 5 days, and it was boring as heck because there's nothing to do. None of my friends were around. You know, I met up with my local friends, but that was a little bit different. I like to, you know, kind of vacation, right? So I hung out with my local friends, which was okay, but I worked. So it's not a good investment because if you stay less than a year, the cost of living is quite high because of the apartment. But there, anyway, 180 days is perfect because the 6 months that you want to stay is in, like, you know, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, in that time frame. Because starting in April, May until September, August, September is rainy season. Now, rainy season isn't that bad, but it can get bad compared to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's rainy season is different than Thailand, Philippines, Bangladesh, Vietnam rainy season. Their rainy season is heavy. It can be heavy. And their infrastructure is just as bad as Sri Lanka. Even Korea's rainy season is worse than here. We had rain, but the way it rains is it rains for an hour and that's it. But when it rains here. So that's my idea: is to live in Thailand. I gotta figure out how I can live in Thailand in an apartment and get a good deal. If I can get a good apartment for like $200 a month, which is possible, and a nice apartment, like you can get nice apartments. They don't have to be on the beach and they don't have to be in Pattaya. They can be in Jomtien, which is fine. There are some amazing apartments in Jomtien. And it doesn't have to be on the beach. If you can get a scooter, and you can just scoot to the beach in 5 minutes, you know. You don't have to spend the money to travel to an island every single time. And I don't want to be on a beach in Pattaya. I want to be on a beach in Jomtien. The beaches in Jomtien are much nicer. So that's probably an idea, but I have to figure out about taking care of mom and dad. That has to be settled. So that's still 2 years away. 2026, I'm thinking, is when the plan is to start traveling more and working less. Yeah, so I forgot, now I remember what I was talking about. I signed a contract with this company. So I'm helping them, how their foreign teams can communicate properly with their local teams. And the reason I got this contract was because I'm long-term in Korea. So I understand Korean culture and how Koreans do business. So I can be that facilitator between the two sides, teaching the foreign employees how to communicate or where the mistakes happen, where the miscommunications happen, how to talk to Koreans. I'm not teaching Koreans, I'm teaching the foreign teams. I'm not teaching Koreans at all. And I'm not teaching them Korean, I'm teaching them communication skills. And my 30 years of working in business, I know how to communicate well. So this class is going to be a lot harder for me to teach. So they wanted an expert. And I mean, this has been going on now for 2 months. The interview and setup process. I had a meeting once with the director of the program in Korea. Then I had a meeting with the HR teams across the world, 6 of them, who met me. and then I did a sample class, and I showed them what I would do, and they loved it so much that we negotiated a price for the work that I'm going to do, and it was 2.5 to 3 times my standard rate. And I was like, I will move around classes, whatever you want to get those classes. Right now, the first booking is 2 hours a week. And that's one country, and there's like 6 or 7 countries. So I'm looking at 10 to 14 hours a week just with this client for 2 months. That's a huge infusion of cash into my savings. So I'm really happy with that. And if this project goes on, it will continue. You know, I did this company a year ago, so that's how they know me, because I had a really good feedback from the clients. So I was really happy about getting this contract. Lady Sarah has an opportunity for me to do business with one of her children's father. The mom had asked, do you know anyone that can do business English? And she goes, yeah, I know someone. But my rate is too high for them. I said, well, I know what your rate is. So and he says, yeah, but he's talking online. What else? Darren, I'm just reading your note. I'll follow up with you on that later. So retirement is now like a serious thinking in my head. I'm constantly thinking about it. You know, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? How am I going to accomplish it? What is the plan? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To planning. I like planning. I love planning. So next week, what videos do we got going on? We got Port City. So the Port City one is going to be going out. I'm doing a video today or tomorrow, and then edit that. Some of the best jobs I've had, some of the worst jobs I've had, comparing working in North America and working in Korea as an expat. Friday, advice I wish I knew, or advice I would give to my younger self. You know, things you wish you knew as a kid. So that's going to be good. My friend Marvin from England, who I met, who is a subscriber, who I met at Camelot Beach Hotel on New Year's, is coming back from Germany. He's going to spend a couple months here. He's a Sri Lankan German. So he's going to be staying in Negombo, and we're going to go hang out on Saturday in Colombo. And then Sunday I'm going to World Motorcycle Day, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I got to renew my license in 2 weeks, so that's going to be interesting to see how I do that. I need to also get my international driver's license, because I am going to be renting a beautiful motorcycle when I'm in Krabi, a Honda Rebel 300 cc's. I have a chance to a Royal Enfield, but I don't like a Royal Enfield. I want more of a cruiser, not a cafe racer. In July, I'm planning a boys' night out, you know, steak and casino with my cousin's husband and his friends. He's never been to a casino, and he was really interested in me telling him stories about how to strategically play blackjack and roulette, and how I won, very easily won, you know, took $100 and turned it into $1,000. Now it is a little sometimes luck, but I've been more. There's ways to be more lucky. Lady Sarah doesn't have kids. Lady Sarah is a kid teacher. Lady Sarah teaches English like I do to her kids. That's what I call them her kids or my kids. No, she's like 30-ish, 32 now, I think. I've known her for 10 years. Yes, yeah, she's 32. She doesn't have kids. She's unmarried like me. Yeah, so no way I would ever get involved with someone else's kids. Not interested. Not interested. That's a huge thing. I don't want to get so into the social, but I follow this one Instagrammer and she is very interesting because you see these. I'm not going to talk about that. Context? What are you asking me, Lady B? Context about what? I don't understand. Darren is, yeah, I've ridden a Harley, and because I'm single, only once or twice have I ever had a girl on the back. And a Goldwing would be great for a long trip. I've taken a long trip, but my cruiser is it's so beautiful. It just, I'm still a young guy in my mind, in my spirit. And I prefer, like I had a Honda Steed, a Yamaha Cruiser, and I've ridden Harleys. I've ridden, not a Goldwing, but I can't remember the name of the bike. It was a big bike. And then I rode one of the huge racer bikes, the Harley racer bikes. But I don't like Harleys. They too expensive and they break down a lot. It's like BMW, Mercedes. You're buying a repair shop. I prefer the Honda or Yamaha because they're more reliable. And here in Sri Lanka, you can get parts easily if you buy a Honda or a Yamaha. Yeah, so Lady B, Sarah is a school teacher who teaches kids. And when I say kids, I call them her kids. They don't belong to her, they're her students. So that's what I meant when I said her kids. Okay, she doesn't have children. Yeah. And what is a jixer? I don't know what a jixer is. Didn't you have a jixer? I don't know what a jixer is. So you need to explain to me what a jixer is. I'm going to Google that. What is a jixer? No, I've never had one of those. Nope, never had one of those. My bikes were Honda bobber. Okay, a custom bobber. So this was my bike. So this was my bike here. All right, that was my bike. I didn't have the high bars, I had the flat bars. Right, that was my one bike. Yeah, it was more like that. That was my bike. It was a single seater, and it was a bobber. It was a beautiful machine. It had straight bars. And then the other bike is another kind of like bobber, but it was a two-seater. Yeah, kind of like that. So that's the style of bike I like. Now, my favorite dream bike is this one, the Honda Fury. This is an actual production model bobber. And it came out a couple years ago. And it is just incredibly beautiful. Both my bikes were custom. But this production model is beautiful. You can't go very far. The gas tank is really, really, really small. I can't go very far. But that bike, just everybody loved that bike. I turned heads. I don't like leaning forward on a bike. No, never had that. I had a scooter, a little 50cc scooter that took me from my house to the bus stop, right in the village where I lived, in my area, because you don't ride one of those bikes just for 3 minutes. It really hurts the engine. So yeah, I had the two bikes. So the bobber was my show bike. The Yamaha was my travel bike I used for work, like to travel. And the scooter was when I needed to just get to the bus stop or something like that. But if I had a distance to travel, I would take the Yamaha. And if on weekends when I wanted to show, I would ride the Honda because it was black. It was beautiful and loud. I mean, just starting the thing set off car alarms all over the place. Had no baffles. It was beautiful. I love that bike. Missed it so much. The guy I sold it to loved it, and he's a Facebook friend. I see him riding it, and I hate him so much. Anyway, welcome to hour 2, guys. I truly appreciate it. It is Sunday Funday. Thanks for joining us. I want to give another quick shout out and thank you to Terry from Canada, Darren, who is in Australia. Thank you for joining. Lady B from Toronto, and Mama Helen, thank you very much for joining. Lots of love to you guys. Truly, truly appreciate it. So what else is going on? Well, let's see here. I really want to watch what is it that I want to watch? Oh, I downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. So I gotta watch Doctor Who, which I'm not really enjoying anymore. It's really silly. I prefer the old Doctor Who storyline. I don't care who is Doctor Who. What I'm talking about is the storyline. Where are the Daleks? Where is the Master? Where is the Sontarans? Where are where is Davros? You know, those characters. I want those characters back. These like strange, silly things that are going on right now. It's just the musical numbers with the Beatles. Come on. Ugh. Where's the other one I want to watch here? Shameless. So I found this, it popped up on my feed and I was watching a few clips and I'm like, that show is pretty good. And it's from 2011 and it ran 10 years. And so I downloaded it. I gotta watch that. I still haven't watched Dune. I gotta watch Furiosa. I gotta watch that. I'd like to rewatch Oceans 11, 12, and 13. I downloaded that. Still haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I downloaded Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan with Jim from The Office. I kind of like that show, so I want to rewatch it. I just finished rewatching an Australian show. I think it's Australian or New Zealand show. Mr. In Between. I love that show. That guy is crazy good actor. I would not want to meet him in a dark alley. That look on his face. He had that look. It was just that evil smile. I don't know, Darren, if you know the show. Mr. In Between. Yeah, it's an Australian comedy drama from what year? 2018. Who is the main actor? Scott Ryan, Justin Rosniak. Scott Ryan, who plays Ray Shoesmith. Wow, what just a great show. I thought it was amazing. Really like those kinds of shows. I really gotta rewatch, not Sons of Anarchy, but the spin-off The Mayans. I never really finished that show, and I've seen clips of it, and I think I gotta get back into that. So when I first saw Sons of Anarchy is what got me into riding motorcycles. I wanted to ride a motorcycle. So my friend had a little Honda Magnus or something like that, a 250cc or 125cc cruiser. So I learned on that how to ride. I knew how to ride a clutch. So when I went out and bought my first bike was a Mirage, a Hyosham, which is kind of like a Mirage. It's 250 cc's and it's a cruiser. So that was my first bike. And then I sold that one and bought the other two. So over the course of my years in Korea, except for scooters, I had 2 scooters. I had 3 real bikes, a 250, a 600, and a 1300 cc. So I had a big bike. So I saw Sons of Anarchy, and when I got a bike, my friend Richard decided he was going to get a bike. And then my friend Matt got a bike, and then my other friend had a bike too. So we all said, why don't we just start a motorcycle club? So that's what we did. And then I got this tattooed on my arm for my motorcycle club. So, yeah. Those are fun days. The four or five of us would ride up with our vests and pull up in front of the club. It was great. It was great. I remember one time. So I'm the small guy. My friend Richard is, 6.5 feet tall. My other friend is like 300 pounds. I didn't ride with King Rick's. He's like 7 foot tall, 300 pounds. All my friends are big guys, white guys, Americans. And so, I'm the smallest guy at, 5'10", and I'm tiny compared to them. And so we all pull into this one place I remember, and it was a patio bar. And so we pull, and it's on a side street. So we're all on our bikes, and we just come back from a ride, and we wanted to go for a drink before going to my friend's club. It was still early in the night, so you couldn't go there because there's no one there. So we pull up in front, we all park, and everybody's on the patio looking at us. And we walk in, and it's like everyone moves out of the way. It was so funny. And so my one friend, and we're all in, you know, boots, jeans, chains, ring fingers, you know, we all have our helmets, little helmets, not, you know, we look like bikers, and we all walk up, and my one friend, he's got the beard, and he looks like an old biker, and he's short and like stocky, but you wouldn't want to fart around with him because he'd rip your face off. And so he walks up to this one booth, and we wanted to sit in the booth, and it's a little bit busy there. And he looks at the booth. You guys are done? And they both look at him. These two young guys, and they look at him, and they're like, and we're all standing behind him. And they look at all of us, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're done." They get up and walk out. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So, what are you saying here, Darren? Wellington Paranormal. I gotta look that up. I'm not into like those kind. If I go by paranormal, I don't really like that kind of show. I like, you know, like Dexter, Mr. In Between, those like psycho kind of. And a team of police officers working for New Zealand police encounter hilarious situations while investigating supernatural events. I'll give it a go. I'll look it up. I'll give it a go. If it's along the lines of like Shaun of the Dead, you know, I like that British style comedy. I kind of find that funny, but I like more of the like Sons of Anarchy kind of crime drama, Sopranos kind of thing. I like that gangster lifestyle. Anyway, Lady B. Yeah, Lady B, Desmond shaved his beard off and we told him don't do it. He's growing the beard back. He's growing the beard back. And I'm having a problem with my microphone. So give me a second. Here's my situation. All right, so here's the situation. Here's the Insta360. Now the Insta360 require, the microphones on here are great when you're talking like this, okay? But any further away than a meter, it's hard to hear. So I got an adapter, which you have to have, which goes like this, okay? And it has a 3.5 millimeter plug. So only this kind of receiver can go in here, okay? Now, this is the receiver, this is the transmitter. These microphones suck. I bought the wrong kind of microphone. These are cheap, they don't pick up sound. You have to have it like right up close, so I have to mic Mom. I have two of them, so I have to mic Mom better. Now, I have Boya. Boyas are amazing microphones. These microphones are amazing. The problem is the receiver is USB. There is no USB plug here. You cannot plug it in USB. So what I figured was I'll buy an adapter. An adapter that goes like this. And USB. Put this in. Like that. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. So, wasted money on this. I want to use these Boya microphones. I spent a lot of money on these, but I got to figure out how I can exchange this for this instead of buying a whole new Boya microphone. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's only 50 bucks, but why spend it if I have this one, right? So I'm waiting to go to the tech guy and see if I can talk to him to find out. I looked up for it online. There's no data online. There's no information online. There's no, I tried looking it up, I tried asking questions, but I gotta go and talk to the guy. I gotta go talk to an expert, figure out, otherwise I'll just buy a brand new Boya microphone so that I can get mom and dad mic'd better. Yeah, I'm still fine-tuning the channel to, you know, it took me a while to figure out the camera. I've got that squared away. It's taking me a while to get the sound right. I gotta figure that out. So I'll get it all done. The editing, little by little, I'm gonna get things taken care of. What we do in the shadows. Let me look that up. I think I've heard of this one. Three vampires struggle to keep up with the duties of everyday life as they reside in an apartment in New York. Yeah, I think I've heard of this one. Little comedy. I mean, right now, what am I watching these days? There's not a lot on TV. I stopped watching Family Guy, Simpsons. It just got boring. I mean, it's been decades. But what am I watching? So on my watch list, I have Dark Matter, Star Wars The Acolyte, Survivor, Abbott Elementary, Squid Game, Amazing Race, That 90s Show, Clarkson's Farm, Parish, Fallout, Resident Alien, Big Brother, Frasier, which is supposed to continue, Fubar with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was really good, Halo, Rick and Morty, Severance, which just started filming season 2. I really want to see that one. Solar Opposites, which is a cartoon, which is really good, and Star Trek Prodigy, which is a cartoon. And there's supposed to be another Star Trek on here. Not sure which one I'm thinking of. Star Trek. I forget what it's called. But I'll figure it out and get that added to the list of TV shows. There's not a lot on TV that I'm watching these days. So, yeah. So today I'm going to go, so I have nothing to do today. I'm going to take a nap, have breakfast, record some videos. And Lady B, I'll follow up with you on that offline. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna wrap things up today, guys. I've been up for a while. I was teaching a class earlier. I'm tired. But I will see you all next week. And next weekend, yeah, we're going to do the live stream again in the morning. So nighttime for you guys. Because that night I'm going to the motorcycle show. Hopefully I won't be too tired from the previous night, because Saturday night I'll be going out with Marvin. I want to go to the casino. I've been jonesing to go to the casino for a little while. But I will see you all on the other side. I want to say thank you again to everyone who joined. Terry, Darren, thanks for joining the live stream and saying hi. Truly appreciate it. Lady B, always appreciate your time, and thanks for the photo. And Mama Helen, lots of love to you. I hope you're well and enjoying your weekend. To my Sri Lankan family, thanks again for joining. I truly appreciate it. Lots of love to you guys. So happy that you guys are joining the channel. We're looking forward to talking to you all soon. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. I will see you all on the other side. Be good to each other. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.